Hey, hi. I'm afraid I've been planting without you, but I do want to talk about what I've planted. I planted onion sets. I just got these from Menards, and I've planted them in a row that's 4 inches wide, and I have the onions 2 inches apart, both side by side and going down the row. And I don't have a lot of hope for them. I've never done well with growing onions, but I've never grown them here on this piece of property. When I grow them at my house, they tend to be about the same size as when I planted them, but they do have wonderful little greens that you can cut for salads. The other thing that I planted were rainbow carrots, and I also planted from True Leaf Market. This is a white carrot. Now, it's the same white carrot that you're going to find in the rainbow mix. I tried to grow them as microgreens. I've learned that while carrot greens are edible, I don't like them. They make my stomach a little upset. But they are a really good option. We've made pesto from them, and it's tasty. It's just that my stomach doesn't like them. Your stomach may love them. So even if you're growing carrots in your garden, and you have all the carrot tops after you've harvested your carrots, go ahead and try to make a salad or just throw some in your salad without even turning it into pesto. Just throw it in there. I also want to talk a little bit about when you plant your carrots or any seed. A lot of times the instructions will say, make sure that you plant it 1/4 inch deep. Well, that's a really great idea, except for if you live in a place where the wind could blow the soil, you might want to consider putting them a little deeper. My dad taught me when I was just a wee one to dig the soil until you saw moisture. So when you take your hoe, you make a line, and you do that until you see moisture. Because if you don't, that seed is just going to be in dry soil, and it's not going to do anything. If the wind blows, it's going to blow the seed and the soil away. Your 1/4 inch depth is worthless at that point. So my recommendation is, even if you have to go a little bit deeper than 1/4 inch, dig till you get down to the moisture level. Put your seeds in. Now, carrot seeds, gosh, there's like 300 seeds in the little packet of rainbow that I have. That spread quite a ways, but most often with seeds like that are so small, it's really hard to distribute them evenly. And so I just put quite a few seeds in that row, and we'll be thinning them out as time goes on. And again, those greens can be used as well. So the other thing that I have today, and I'm going to show you, is that I'm planting peas. I have snow peas. Those are the flat ones you find in Chinese food. And I have snap peas. Those are the edible pods. And then I just picked these up today. These are regular peas, old-fashioned peas that you take out of the hull and cook. I wasn't going to do those, but I learned today that my family didn't know the difference, so I want to show them. Now, I did soak these. They've been soaking probably 16 hours. Some years I soak, some years I don't. It's supposed to help with germination. So we'll see the difference between the ones that I soaked and the regular peas, and because these I didn't have time to soak these. So I'm going to show you the peas in the row and how they're distributed, but I need to turn the camera off and come back. All right. First off, I don't know if you noticed that there's a 3-foot yardstick down toward where the Swiss chard is, and that's there because that helps me space the rows, and then you can see sticks that have a string on them. And when I hoe right along that string. I'm totally capable of not making a straight line, and so the strings really help me to keep things in order in the garden. So I've already hoed and planted the peas, some of the peas. I wanted to show you what that looks like. And what that looks like is, I don't know if you can see, that I've got a series of seeds. They're about 1 inch apart, both going down the road and side by side. You can also see some specks in there. And what those specks are is a little bit of fertilizer. Now that fertilizer is organic, and you can do that. You can put that directly in with the seeds. But if you're using traditional commercial type fertilizer, do not do that because it will burn the seeds. But with organic, you can go ahead and throw that in, and I do that pretty much with all of my seeds. All right, I'm going to cover these seeds up and finish up the rest of the peas. I hope you guys are having happy gardening, and we'll talk soon.